What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Reviews. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a blind beer battle between Corona Sunbrew Citrus Cerveza and Corona Sunbrew Citrus Cerveza. Confused? Wouldn't blame you. Alright, so a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed this for the first time. Well, I was watching some reviews of this. Some were in a bottle, some were in a can, and I've seen a couple of people say that it tastes different out of a can than it does a bottle. So that got me thinking, is that true? We're about to find out. So this is going to be the canned version versus the bottled version. This is going to be completely blind. I have two cups here. One obviously says can, that's going to be the can. The one that does not is going to be the bottle. Let me get my bottle opener here so I can open up the bottle. We're going to pour that one first. I'm really curious about this because I don't know if it's true. One of the channels that I'm referring to that said that it tasted different out of a bottle versus a can is F&F Bar Talk. Go over there and check those guys out. Really cool channel. Really in-depth reviews over there. And I trust their judgment. I trust what they say. So I have a feeling I just put that one in the damn can. Okay, here's how this is going to go. The can is the bottled, and the one that's not is the... We'll just do that. How about that? Does that work? There we go. I had poured the wrong one in the wrong cup. Of course I did. We're going to keep on rolling. At first, I was just going to say, let's just do the opposite. I was already confusing myself, so I know people out there watching would probably be confused as well. So, got it poured out of the this cup. So let's just pour it up. And for first off, I want to see, is there any difference in the color of the beer? First of all, not really. I mean, maybe. Well, yeah, actually. Yep. Actually, it looks a little hazier. The bottled version looks a little hazier than the canned version. Just going to go ahead and try to even this up here. Yeah, I absolutely. I don't know if maybe I should have rolled the can around or shook the can. But that definitely is darker and more hazy on the bottled version than the can. That's interesting. So as always with these blind beer battles, I'm going to close my eyes, mix up the beers, see if I can guess which one is which and which one I prefer, and the one that I prefer will be the winner. This is the first of its kind. The same beer battling itself in a canned version. Actually, that is not the case. I did Guinness in a can versus bottle. So this will be the second time I believe I've ever. No. Maybe the third time because I did Corona in a bottle versus Corona in a can. I don't know. There's probably a couple of these out there, but this is one of the few. Hope you guys can see the difference there. You may not be able to, but gonna close my eyes, mix them up, and we're gonna get started. But yeah, like I said, seen a couple of channels. They said that it tasted different in the can than it did the bottle. So I was curious, and I was in a really, really sketchy gas station to pick this stuff up. This is the only place I've seen that has it in a can. Me and my girlfriend actually used to do a paper route several years ago, and we used to deliver papers to this place. It's called Kurz. It's a few miles down the road, and we went in there today, and yeah, The place smelled like an old trailer. If you've ever lived in a trailer, or an older trailer, you know what I mean. Nothing wrong with trailers. Just saying, the ones that's like really used and they're on a lot, they got like water damage and stuff, they have a smell to them. That's what that place smelled like. $2.99 a can too. I'm pretty sure I could get that anywhere else for a little bit cheaper, but it is what it is. Let's get into this. I'm going to start with the beer to my right. So, cheers. Let's get into this. Corona Sunbrew Citrus Cerveza, can versus bottle. Cheers. Very sweet, very citrusy. Very, very sweet, actually. You get the lime. You get the orange. Let's go back in. Is that lime I'm tasting? I can't remember if there's lime in this stuff or not. It's citrusy. Very sweet on that first one. Beer number 2. Cheers. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to go back to back on these like rapid fire to see if there's a difference. Hold on. Very, very, very sweet. Versus not as sweet. Okay, there's a difference. There's a little bit of a difference there. Hold on, I gotta try to figure this out. Is there a smell difference? Not really. That I can distinguish at least. Okay, let me go back in. I gotta go doubles on this. I gotta go back and forth. That one is really sweet as soon as it hits your palate. This one is duller on sweetness. This one's duller. What about the citrus? Okay. This one has more of a citrus note to it. And this one is a little bit less citrus, but way more sweetness. There is a difference. I have no idea. Absolutely no clue which one is which. So I'm just going to take an educated guess. I've had 2 of these, I believe. 2 or 3. And I think the one that is over here that's not as sweet, I think that's the bottled version, and I think the sweeter version is the canned. Which one do I prefer? I think I prefer the bottle. If this is the bottle, I think I prefer it. This one's just way too sweet. So, I'm going to open my eyes and see if I'm correct. Like I said, the winner would be the bottle if this is the bottle. That is the bottle and that is the can. Yes, they do taste different. My eyes are watering from the citrus. Yes, they do taste different. Which one is the hazier one? The bottled version. The bottled version is the hazier version. The bottled version is less sweet, and I prefer that. I like that one better. So, the bottled Corona Sunbrew Citrus is the winner. That's crazy. I don't know. Is it because of the clear bottle? Is there some type of skunking happening? I don't really taste any skunkiness. Maybe, hold on, let me take another sip. maybe just a tad bit of a skunk going on there. But is that what's causing the sweetness to maybe die out? Or do they just brew them differently like this on purpose? I don't know. But they are different. So if you've had this in one of the vessels and not the other, you need to try the other version of it to see which one you like the best. Because they do taste different. Quite dramatically. At first I was like, I don't know. But then the more I sipped it, this one's just way too sweet. And that is that's the canned version. I didn't even talk about the ABV. Is the ABV even the same? This is a 24-ouncer. 4.5%, and the 12-ounce bottle is 4.5%. So they're the same ABV, but in my opinion, the bottle tastes the best. If anybody out there has had both of these, tell me which one you guys prefer. I, myself, like I said, prefer the bottle. It's just not as sweet. That's diabetes in a can. So, that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit me with a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you would like me to try in the future, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. As always, until next time, cheers! And thanks for watching. I was looking at the bottom to make sure it was actually the correct beer this time. Cheers.